You got such a beautiful sanctuary here. And it's funny, I've been in churches of all sizes for many years, but larger sanctuaries still intimidate me a little bit because I was raised up in a church that you could fit the whole building inside this room. And most of the parking lot, I think, it was a little bitty place, you know. But it's a great place to go to church as a kid. You know, we would run 30 or 35 on a good Sunday. And so because we didn't have a lot of people, by the time I was 12, 13 years old, I was taking part in the service, you know. I was 13 years old, I was a song leader. Can you imagine having a song leader whose voice is changing? Now that is a challenge right there. 1 minute the song's here, the next minute the song's here. It's, you know, they just went with me. They were so good. But because we didn't have a lot of young people, whenever we wanted to do an activity for the youth revival or vacation Bible school or something like that, we would partner with a sister church. This was just down the road from us. Blue Creek Church was the name of the sister church. And they had a few more young people than ours, not many more people at all. But because of that, I spent a lot of time at Blue Creek Church too growing up. And have great memories of being there. But then I got grown and I moved up to Nashville to get involved in music and was away for a long time. And then, you know, one day I was going home to visit Mom and Daddy and I thought, you know, I want to drive by old Blue Creek Church. Hadn't been by there in many years just to see it, you know. And it's a little off the beaten path. So I wound around, pulled into the parking lot and I just sat there. And I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Great big sign in the yard, announcing to the world that this is now the meeting place for the Humphreys County Coon Hunters Association. And that was its only purpose. The cross was still on the building. The building was about to fall down, but that's its only purpose is once a month the coon hunters would meet there. And it just broke my heart because I knew those people and I wondered what happened, you know. And then I realized that at some time in the past, a decision had been made, and they had a Sunday when they had their last sermon, and they sung their last hymn, and they said their last prayer, and they locked the doors with the intentions of never worshiping there again. And that just broke my heart. But I travel a lot, as you can imagine, and I see that more and more these days. Little churches that at one time were thriving community churches that are now just sitting empty or being used in some other capacity anymore. And it just always makes me sad for what was and what I wish still was. And so all those emotions running together, and I just did what songwriters do. I wrote a song about it. The windows are boarded, there's locks on the doors. The paint is now peeling and chipping away. Down off the highway, it's just an eyesore. People drive by and just look away. But I still remember a time in the past with cars in the driveway and freshly mowed grass. The church bell would ring so that the neighbors could hear. Oh, I still remember a time when God lived here. On Sundays my family and I would arrive. We'd sit on the fourth row on the piano side, sing about blood, and we'd hear about grace and the joy of the Lord. Put a smile on my face. We'd leave at the altar our burdens and cares, and one of the brethren dismissed us in prayer. The pictures are vivid and coming so clear. Oh, I still remember a time when God lived here.
springtime baptism, homecoming days, helping a stranger that passed by our way, vacation Bible school and pink lemonade. I wonder where everyone worships these days. 'Cause now it sits empty, vacant and sad. It marks like a tombstone of what we once had, a sweet southern temple where God could reside, until we so carelessly pushed it aside. But oh, how I wish I could turn back the clock to when its foundation was still on the rock. As I drive away, I brush back the tears, 'cause I still remember a time when God lived here. The pictures are vivid and coming so clear. Oh, I still remember a time when God lived here.
Amen. Thank you.